Welcome back to Dubbzi Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. And first of all, I'd like to say a massive thank you once again to Klaus from Brickery Do Builds Lego for the donation in the last update. Very much appreciated, Klaus. You really are a superstar. And it's good to see you uploading videos once again. So really looking forward to see your next Tatooine mock. And I'd highly recommend anybody that loves Star Wars Lego to check Klaus's channel out. He's doing Tatooine at War, and it really is a cool mock. So yeah, go and check him out. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. Now, last week we started on the Turtle Lair here, and we're going to be carrying on working on this in the update. I want to get the wall here all sorted, have the pipe coming through, and then the water going down to the bottom just here. I want to get as much of this done as I can with the parts that I have available. Now, I know there are a lot of parts I'm going to be missing, such as some yellow railing pieces to go along here, but I'm not going to put those on just yet or order them from lego.com until I've been to the Lego factory in about 6 weeks time. I want to see what pieces I can get for this build from there, as it's probably going to be cheaper to get them from the Lego factory. So yeah, so there will be certain parts I won't be able to complete until I've been to Germany. Anyway, without further ado, let's get the bricks and plates out and let's get started. And we've had the first technical challenge of the update here, and it was just trying to get this circle in here ready for the macaroni pipe that we're going to have coming out of here. So 4 macaronis will fit in there perfectly. It'll be a nice snug fit. But the problem we had was that I needed to make sure there's no gaps. Now on this one here, I've actually attached this to the wall, so it is hiding a lot of the gaps behind there, and I've just used some slopes attached to some brackets there just to fill the gaps in. However, where I want to have the actual pipe going a lot further in, I needed to make sure that it was going through a hole. Now I would ideally have used these 2 pieces here to sit on top of each other. However, I don't have any of these, and I don't even know if they do these in the nougat colour, so we had to get creative just purely by using these. So we used a snot technique on here, so we've got the one at the bottom like so, one at the tops like that, all connected together using some plates. And then round the back here we've used a snot brick on the bottom. Took a while just to get the alignment correct, so there was no gap at all on there. But the rule of thumb I tend to use is, as long as you're doing it by 2 studs in width, that's the equivalent of a brick and 2 plates in height. So it's quite easy to work it out if you keep that in mind. But I will do a tutorial on some of these sort of like techniques to help people with their mock building. I know a lot of people already know this stuff, but if there aren't people out there that find it helpful, then it's well worthwhile doing a video on that. But yeah, there it is. There's the wall now with the hole ready for the pipe to go in there. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to carry on building the brickwork all the way around here. Then once we've done so, we can make a start on the pipe. And here we have the start of the pipe. So I've got the black wall here, which has got some snot bricks on there, which I've attached these cut plates to. And the macaronis are attaching to that itself. Now on the black wall, I have got a 2x2 plate that's protruding from there. Then I start building the clear 1x2 plates on top of that, just to give the water effect. And what we'll do, carry on building that out until it overhangs the pipe, and then it will go down to this section here at the bottom. So let's carry on building that up, and once I finish doing so, I'll check back in and show you how it looks. And I think that's all of the brickwork completed in this Turtle Lair. I'm really happy with how this has come out, the water effect. It took 2 attempts. The first one was a lot thicker and it didn't look quite right. However, this one I'm much happier with. It still looks quite powerful at the bottom there, but yeah, I'm happy with how that's come out. Now what I'm going to concentrate on is adding some pipe work all the way around the room in different areas. I want a big thick one coming up from the centre of the floor, and also another one going across the wall from side to side. So let's see what bricks we got that we can use for pipe work, and I'll check back in once we've added some to the build. And the pipe work is well underway now, and I've also changed the doors up on both sides here. Originally I was just going to do a tile door frame with some plates behind it, however it didn't look quite right, so I decided let's just go over to the traditional door frame, and I'll just put a reddish brown door on there with a door handle, so I think that's going to look a lot better. I've also put a couple of snot bricks on the top just here, and hopefully it lines up on the other side here. And I'm now going to do the 2 pipes that go across from there. I've actually run out of these cylinders. It would have been nice to have had some more of those and done a pipe going all the way across. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a box on the top here which will be kept in place by a plate on the roof. And then what I'll do is order some more of these in further down the line, and then I can just attach them across there. So that'll be another feature that will be added eventually. And that's as far as I can go with the Turtle Lair for the time being with the parts I have available. I've added a couple more pipes. We've got one just going up the wall here. But I've put these two going across from one side to the other. Now originally I did have them so they were side by side. However, you couldn't really see them that easily. So I thought one on top of the other looks a little bit better. And again on here I've just added a little bit of temporary pipe work until I've ordered in the remainder of those. Now, really happy of how this is coming along, but I do need to get a lot of parts in to enable me to complete this build for doing things like the sofa, any games that I want them to have, the area down here which is going to have some chemistry stuff as well as computers. Up here we're going to have some workout equipment of some description. Not sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but I want to get it looking as good as possible. So just need to work it out and then order it from Lego. And it's decision time with Gotham City. It's not quite working out how I want it to. Surprise, surprise. And I want to make a couple of changes. Surprise, surprise again. And a lot of it, I think, is all to do with the raised road that's going down the centre. It is causing so many problems. But the problem I've got with having this raised road is it means I have to have this train line up that much higher. Now, this is at this height so that trucks can pass underneath the raised road and underneath the train track. If that raised road wasn't here, the train track could go down lower. This raised platform wouldn't need to be up as high as it is. I could go down to the sort of height it is over there, which would be much, much better. Again, the problem I've got here at the moment, with this train line going here, the train station itself is going to have to be elevated up so much higher than that raised platform down there. So it is tending to be a little bit out of the vision that I originally had for this. So I need to work out how I'm going to sort the problem out. I don't want the road and the train track crossing over each other so that cars would have to stop for the train to go by. I don't think that's going to look very good. One other thing I would love to have had was a bridge coming into Gotham City as well. If I do away with the raised road going along this particular part of the city, I could also lower this area down, the docks down, by 3 or 4 bricks. It would still be higher than what it was when I first made the amendments to it, but I think it could be the optimal height for the docks and look a lot better than it is at the moment. So there are lots of things that I'm considering changing to Gotham, but rather than do it over multiple episodes and you just watching the same old thing, I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to work out exactly what's going where. I'm just going to make all of those changes. And after several days, we finally have the Mills plates in their new configuration and so much happier with this layout. I think I can finally realise the vision of Gotham that I've had in my mind for quite a while, but the previous setup, it just wasn't coming together. And I know there are going to be people that are frustrated that we've taken another step back with Gotham, but bear with me. I'm sure that these changes are going to make Gotham a lot better. And the biggest change, we have lost the raised road there. I do still want to have the scene in from The Dark Knight where you have the Batman chasing the Joker, who was chasing after Harvey Dent in the meat wagon, but that will be in a different part of the city somewhere. So got a couple of ideas, but we'll cross that a little bit later on. Now, the biggest change is the docks are no longer down this end. We've actually moved them all the way down to this part of the table. Now, as I mentioned, the raised road's gone, so that meant this didn't need to be as high as it was before. So we've lowered that down by 3 bricks. What I did was peel the top off of it, removed 3 bricks from each of the pillars, then placed the top back on, then stood it upright, and then removed the base plates from the bottom. They peeled off really easily, and then I just put them on in a different location. So it's been moved on the base plates as well, and again, it's much better the way it is. By lowering it, it makes it feel that much longer as well, so it has worked out for the best. Now, down the end here, we're going to have the Joker's Funhouse. It's probably going to be raised up a little bit from where it is at the moment, and I do need to make some amendments to this. People were saying previously that it would look better if the Joker's sign was facing to the front so you could see it better rather than from the back of the room. And now that is the case. You're going to be able to see it from the second you walk into the Lego room, and the only place you can't see it will be from the back there. Now, what I do need to do is swap the ends over. So the roller coaster comes out this way over the water. So I will do that. As you can see, the roller coaster is in a few pieces. I knocked it just a minute ago, and yeah, so need to get that all sorted. So what I'll do, I will swap the two ends over. Whilst out there, I will do a full interior, add lights as well. So that is something that's now going to be happening in Gotham City, lights everywhere, and also put the nutcrackers outside. Behind that, we've got Ace Chemicals, and there'll be a few changes to Ace Chemicals as I now have a larger footprint for the factory. So that's again going to enable me to open up a few more storytelling opportunities with that. And I have got a couple of ideas which I do think could look really good. So fingers crossed we will be able to get that looking exactly how we want to do so. In the back corner there, we will be having some rock work with the Arkham Asylum on top of it. And then next to that, we are going to have the Blackgate Prison. This bridge here, which will connect the docks to the raised platform, I'm actually going to move that further to the left there. And what I would like to do is put the Iceberg Lounge on this area here somewhere with the 44 below bar below it. I thought that would look quite good being down here because I think this is going to be quite a dark, grimy, crimey area. So that is something I think will look a lot better. And I will, before I build on top of that, I will put the graffiti in the wall just down there to give it, again, that darker, that more run down look. On the raised platform area here, there is going to be a road obviously connected to this, and that'll go the whole length of that. I'm not sure whether or not the road's going to be at the front, in the middle, or at the back. There is obviously going to be a train line up there as well, so I have got to be careful with the layout of that, but I'm sure there is going to be a very cool looking combination that we can do. Now, again, the raised platform, I've shrunk that by about 6 bricks in height. It didn't need to be as high as it was. Again, and it's all due to the raised road. Once we lost the raised road, the train line doesn't need to be up as high, so the platform didn't need to be up as high. So now all of a sudden I've got a lot of filler brick left over, whereas before I thought I was going to have to go and purchase some more. This area here, I'm not sure what buildings I'm going to put in there, but it's quite a nice space that I could potentially put 4 structures. So we'll try and work out what looks best. None of the buildings at the moment are in their location. I've just put the buildings on the city just to fill it out, to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Now, this is one of the big changes, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to change the layout of Gotham other than the raised road. I want to have a bridge coming in, as I mentioned, and now we have got that opportunity. I think this is roughly the height of what it's going to be. Width-wise, it's going to be twice as wide, as ideally I'd like to have 4 lanes, 2 lanes going in and 2 lanes coming out of Gotham, and it will have a sign on the top saying welcome to Gotham or just Gotham on there. So looking forward to working on some decent fonts for that. Got the GCPD here. This is going to be changing quite a bit, and I do want to have it so we've got a section that comes out here and there'll be a police boat by the side of it. I think that will look quite cool. But the bridge will go over onto the raised platform and join up to the road, and the road will also go along the front here. The road will overhang that section by a little bit, so I'm going to have some cool looking pillars going up there and try and give it a real Gotham-like feel. The road will then carry on round and then come down this area here to the lower part of Gotham City. This will all be a raised platform above the Turtle Lair. So this was previously down the other end of the table, and I think it's going to be a lot better having it down this end now. We've got the Monarch Theatre here with Crime Alley behind it. Down the front here, this, as I said, this is all water along here, and I want to have this section here come out at a 45-degree angle. Somebody did send me a link to Brick Sculpt, I think is the name of the channel, who showed some fantastic techniques of building at angles using tiles and studs, and I think it's going to come in really, really handy for that. So thank you so much for sending that link to me. Much appreciated. The raised train line is now lower by that much, so that's all good. We only need to use one of these pre-molded pieces as opposed to 2 that we were using before, so the height of that is a lot better. Now, the train layout, I'm not 100% sure exactly where it's going to be going. I've made the bridge so the train goes underneath that absolutely fine, and I'll probably just do a big loop back onto the raised platform area. And I'm thinking the train station is probably going to be around about there. Now, this train line here is what was going to be the old upper train line. So again, I've managed to bring it down quite a lot. I think that's probably close to the height of the old train line, not by much. And that will go through the bottom of the Wayne Tower, and then it'll come back round. And I'm either going to bring it around the front here or down the centre. Now, I would like to bring it around the front. Now, the only problem is it's then going to collide with the bridge, which is one of the problems that we were having before. So I just need to work out how I go about sorting that out. If I go down the centre, obviously the road's that much lower, so it could be a little bit easier doing that. But yeah, we'll worry about that further down the line. There will be a solution, just need to work out what it is. But yeah, it certainly has been great fun trying to work out how to get everything how I want it to be. There are still some things that I'm still no idea what I'm going to be doing with. In here, we've got the Wayne Terminus, and the train track sort of like stops there. So I need to do something to give the illusion that the train line would have gone around there. So I'll probably be boxing that section off. Over here with the Turtle Lair, we have the water pipe. And originally I was going to have a pipe going across the road so you knew where the water was coming from, because I think that would look pretty cool. However, if I do the raised road there, then that's not going to be possible. In this area here, I would really like to have a layout very similar to what you see in Batman Returns, with the Shrek Tower and the light turning on ceremony. So I won't actually have the Christmas tree in the centre there, apart from the Christmas. But I thought there were some cool statues there, and the whole vibe of that area in Batman Returns I thought would look really cool. So I am going to try and get something similar to that built into that particular area. But yeah, that's the plans for Gotham City. As I said, I know there are going to be some people that are frustrated that we've gone back, but apologies to those people, but it will be worth it in the long run, I promise. It's going to be so much better. And now that I've got this layout, I feel like we're going to make a lot of progress very, very quickly with Gotham City. I am going to carry on working on this area now, get the Batcave all finished, get as much more done on the Turtle Lair as I can until I get those parts in, build up all the way around that, and then I can start mapping the roads out and get that all done. And the roads are something that I want to get done quite quickly. I have got a lot of the dark bluish grey bricks, just need to get some plates and tiles and also some white lines. And once I put them all down, put the water down on the front of the city here, I think that is going to change a lot of it. Now, I have also placed an order for a lot of train track. So again, once I've got that in, we will get the train line all up and actually running as well. I think that'd be quite cool, seeing that whizzing around Gotham City. Anyway, that's what we have visual-wise for Gotham City. I hope you are excited for the changes we've made here. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham City in Lego, if you could share the channel with them, it would be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for hopping on by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.